Hi, I'm Matt Baldwin, Regional Editor for Hagadone Media Montana. First off, a huge thank you for tuning into our podcast over the past year. Your support means the world to us, and it's inspired us to dive deeper into the world of podcasts. We've got some exciting updates to share with you. You might notice a fresh look and feel to our podcast lineup. We've revamped things a bit, breaking our shows into 4 distinct podcasts to make your listening experience even better. First up, Interlake News Now is simply News Now. Here you'll get Taylor's headlines, Melissa's local events, and all the timely news updates you need. Sports Now is now Keeping Score, where you can stay up to speed on local prep sports. Then there's Deep Dive. This podcast is all about exploring the stories of local people, businesses, and ideas. And if you missed last summer's Maritime Mystery series, don't worry, it's now the first season of Deep Dive. And of course, our monthly concert series, Press Play, now has its own podcast. Get ready for exclusive interviews with local musicians and all things Press Play. You can find links to all these new podcasts listed in the description of this episode, or simply search for Daily Interlake wherever you listen to podcasts. Once again, thank you for your incredible support. If you enjoy what you hear, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave us a review.
Thanks so much for joining me, Brent. I'm in Kentucky. I'm visiting family, but happy we could jump on a call. So, I've looked up your music a little bit. I know that you used to play with the Sorted Seeds.
Still do.
Still do. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I wasn't totally sure if you were like doing more solo stuff now or
I do, but we're just doing more kind of just like 2-3 shows every 4 months.
Okay.
And we kind of just do kind of like bigger stuff too, like private parties or stuff like that.
So what have you been up to recently?
I'm putting out a new single in the next few weeks called Mother Earth. I'm really excited about. I went to Costa Rica and did the music video. And so we're just working on the video right now.
Cool. What's the video going to be like? Can you share a little bit about that?
It's really beach vibes. It's real beautiful. A lot of shots of Costa Rica as well. Just how beautiful our planet is.
Do you like Costa Rica? Have you been down there a lot?
No, but I love it. Yeah, I just went for a month this time.
So I know you've been playing music in the Flathead Valley a long time. Pretty much, you mentioned the last time we talked almost your whole life. You've been playing music your whole life. Could you tell me about when you came up to Montana and what brought you up here?
Well, I was 17. I got in a bunch of trouble, and so my dad sent me to Montana to live with my brother, and I stayed and just started doing music then here.
Cool. So where are you from originally?
Cincinnati.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So what got you into music there?
Oh, I've just always been, since I was 9, I've been playing music.
Nice.
So I started playing guitar at 10 and just started writing songs at like 11 and have just continued. I'm actually going to stay here another year, and then I'm going to head to a city for 5 years and really try to focus on reaching more people.
Yeah, definitely. What city are you thinking about moving to?
I don't know yet. I want to go south. So I'm studying with Ben Darce, great friend of mine. He's like a book of knowledge as far as jazz, and I'm just learning all these new chords, and I'm just going to try to change up my style, not completely, but where I put reggae into jazzy, bluesy, and just continue focusing on songwriting and putting music out.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So when you're thinking about switching up your style, what other elements are you drawing from that are going to be like new?
Well, I'm kind of going for like more soul and like Marcus King with some reggae roots for sure. Like I'm really going to study music this next year and to just learning as much as I can and then putting it into what I already am.
Yeah. Do you often go through periods like that where you're just like eager to learn something new and or eager to do something different?
Yeah, I mean, living in a small town, the ego will tell you you're good, but like if you really want to like watch greatness of other people and their knowledge and stuff, you're really not that good. And so I am going to put all my focus into learning and growing because I got kind of stale there. I've done everything I wanted to do here as an artist, and Ben thinks I'm a little crazy because I make a good living here and have a good thing going, but I kind of want more. I want to tour nationally eventually, and it's going to take, 3-4 years of hard work, but I believe I can do it. And so that's what I'm kind of going to do. The next 5 years, all my focus is on music.
Yeah, totally. I think you have a really unique sound. I think you have a really unique voice.
Thank
Um,
you.
that kind of makes you stand out. So best of luck to you. And hey, you can always come back and play
Totally.
shows in the Flathead. You've got a great fan base here. So yeah, that makes a lot of
Totally.
sense. You mentioned that you've been writing songs since you were 11. So I'm just
Hmm.
curious, what kind of songs were you writing at 11 years old?
They were actually not bad. I mean, I still have a song I wrote at 11. I mean, it was just kid stuff, right? It's like you're at a band. My dad always let my friends come over and play. He was super cool, and I've always had bands my whole life, and yeah, just fun.
I think a lot of that, like when you're like a teenager or kid writing like poetry or songs, I think that can be very like raw and
Yeah,
kind
I
of like
mean,
learning about it.
you're a kid, you know what I mean? You don't even have a clue, but it's good to start somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. So nowadays, when you approach songwriting, what are some of the things you think about when you sit down and try to write something like that?
I don't really sit down and write. Something will come to me inside, and I'll just kind of like the last single I put out, Grace. I was at a bad place in my life, and so that kind of came one morning. I woke up and I went on this porch and I wrote it. I didn't write any words down for Grace. It just kind of came. So, and then like Mother Earth, the single I'm releasing, I spent a long time on that song, like with the band and parts, and so it's good to demo stuff out. It's good to be around people that aren't attached to you, to your art, like, and that could give you advice because you become so attached to it that you'll make it not as good. So it's nice to have other people around
Yeah, some like
that,
fresh ears.
yeah, not to become attached to it. Like I work with Mike Murray. He's one of my favorite humans. He's done a lot of my stuff. He just released Grace with me and Mother Earth. And I got this new single I'm going to release in the winter time, and I'm going to spend all winter on it. It's been a long time on one song in the studio, a long time. And so, because it just gets better and better.
Yeah. Is that kind of why you're leaning more towards singles right now rather than putting together like a big album?
Yeah, yeah. I would like to, a couple years from now, put a big album when I have super pro people working. My band right now is the best I've got to play with people in the valley. I mean, they're just all amazing. So it's been real nice working with them because they're all so good at what they do.
Yeah. Who are you playing with currently?
Um, my buddy Paul, he's a known drummer in the valley. He plays with the Glacier Symphony. He plays with all kinds of bands. But Paul's by far the best drummer I've played with, far as feel in my life. I'm playing with my horn sections from Missoula, and they're amazing. Lana, my sax player, she tours with March the Fourth band, which is a bigger band, and so I'm playing with Bob on bass. He's amazing, local guy living in Libby right now. So I'm excited. I mean, and the attitudes are all amazing. It's all positive.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
very comfortable environment with these guys.
That's great. I feel like that's good for creative collaborators. You need a good vibe.
Yeah, everybody gets so serious. There's nothing to be serious about.
Yeah. So you might have already mentioned this, but remind me what Ben plays and what's he going to be playing for press play?
Oh, Ben Darce, he's my best friend. He plays guitar left-handed upside down. Ben is just a knowledge. He is just a walking library of music. He's a he's amazing. Yeah. So Ben used to come up to me for years here in Whitefish and be like, "We should play together." A couple years ago, he came up to me and we did, and you just meet certain people in your life who are like you were meant to meet, and yeah, I'm really fortunate to have Ben in my life, and he's a brother of mine and good friend, and we do well together. We
Yeah.
have fun, but he's always encouraging me to be better, and that's what you want in life, people around you.
Yeah, definitely. Can you give us a little preview of what you guys are going to play for press play?
I don't even really know, but I'm just gonna do like 12 of my originals.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited. Ben knows me pretty well. And so yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm actually excited.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. It's a cool, a lot of the musicians we've had now we can kind of confidently say it's a unique venue. It's really intimate. Um it's inspired
I
by
like
Tiny
that.
Desk. I think it's really neat. I think it's you know, for you guys, a lot of the musicians in the valley play events or bars where people are doing other stuff, but this is like people, you really have everyone's full attention. So I hope you enjoy it. I think it's going to be fun. I wanted to ask, so you mentioned you had recorded some albums previously,
Hmm.
but I couldn't really find them online. But could you kind of go through everything like you've done recording wise,
Oh,
album
you
wise?
might have been looking. It's Jameson and the Sorted Seeds, and now I'm just coming out as Brent Jameson and the Sorted Seeds.
I figured that's probably where I went wrong, but yeah.
I
So could
Walked Down Your Street was done in 2016. That was really some of my best work as a songwriter and musician. Some of the songs got picked up and went throughout the West from Colorado to here to Oregon to Cali on the radio. So that was really good. Then I followed it up with Me and Eugene, which is one of my favorite records as well. And they play that here on the radio. And Me and Eugene is probably like the song I get asked to play the most from people. They love it. That kind of follow me. And so, yeah, it's been good.
yeah.
And then
Could
I
you
just put out Grace, and then I put out Mother Earth, and then I'm going to put out another single come winter.
so
Hmm.
could you I really like the song Me and Eugene. Could you talk a little bit about what inspired that?
Depression. I was depressed. It was raining in Oregon and Eugene, and I was like sleeping on my friend's couch. And I woke up and I started the intro riff. And then I was like looking around Eugene, which I love Eugene, but then I just started with the phrases of the words in my head. I didn't even write down Me and Eugene. I never wrote it down. I just kind of started looking around Eugene and then I just applied it to the song and I really liked it.
Yeah, I think it's a really great to me, I know it doesn't totally sound like folk music, but it really reminds me of some when you listen to folk songs and you hear those truths and it really
Yeah.
reflects like what you're seeing. Like, so that's definitely the vibe I got. It's a really beautiful song.
Yeah, Steve Prefontaine was like my favorite runner. I love cycling and swimming and running, and he was my favorite runner growing up. And so I added him in the song, and because they love him there, he's like Phil Knight made Nike not because of Michael Jordan, but because of Steve Prefontaine. But
Yeah.
then Steve died, and that's when, you know, and he was so close to winning a gold. But I really, really liked Steve Prefontaine growing up, and so my dad loved him. My dad was a runner, and so yeah, he was like he's a legend out of there. But I added him in the song too.
So I guess I'm a big believer personally that you don't have to be going through something hard to like write and be creative, but do you find that like a driver for
My
you in your hard times?
Yeah, my best work has come from suffering.
Yeah.
It's almost like God or the universe, that inside emotional pain becomes like inspiring, and that's where I write the best, is suffering.
Do you think it helps you like process some of that?
Yeah. I mean, when I was really healed at 10 years sober, I wasn't good at writing that much. So I had to go fuck up my life again and then come back, and I got all these good songs.
At least you got some good songs out of it.
Yeah, but I'm good on that. I want to stay healthy and strong where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So
Well, it seems like Mother Earth, your next single coming out, that is really drawing from some like really positive energy there.
yes, it's a very positive energy. It's kind of beautiful.
Yeah. Do you know around when that's going to come out?
When my other best friend Landon finishes the music video and quits being lazy. I'm just kidding, Landon. He'll probably listen to this, but it'll be out like first week of August.
Okay, cool, cool. That will line up nicely maybe with the press play. That'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
So the decision to play a little bit more solo, play a little bit more as a duo, even though you still play with the Sorted Seeds, could you tell me about that decision?
Yeah, I like to be home at 9.
Yeah.
It's 6 to 9. It's amazing. I don't like being at the bars all late, and I love people, but I'm kind of an introvert guy, so I'm boring. I'm 40. I want to just play restaurants, bring good vibes, and go home. With the band, I do love playing. Like when I go to a big city, my main focus will be on both, but really will be on songwriting and band style.
Yeah. Those like smaller venues and more like dinner hour shows are more suited for like a solo or duo, right? Is that kind
Yeah,
of,
of
yeah.
course. Yeah, and I love it because, me and Ben are so close that I rarely ever go to a gig and I'm like, when you're stressed out, and I'm like, oh, I gotta play. It's always with Ben, and he's so positive and so fun to play with that we actually like forward to it. Like last night, we were at the Red Room, and he was real tired. It's stressful. We've done like, you know, 30 shows in a row since summer, and still just going there and be a little irritable and stressed out, and then we just see each other and we just click. He's like one of my soul brothers in life. He really is.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's great to have those kind of connections with people in your life.
Yeah.
So cool. All right, Brent. Well, I'll let you go, but hey, I appreciate you jumping on this real quick and chatting with me.
Thank you. I'm going swimming, and thank you so much for having me.